Um, Hello guys. Well, I have something to share with you regarding call center industry and how. Okay.
Sorry.
Right. So
I'm sorry.
I just need to tell you about stuff you need to know um, about call center industry, and of course before you go to a company and be able to do what you need to do, you need to go through testings. So usually you're going to be contacted by your or by the company. Usually the HR department will be the one to do that, or a person from outsourcing, something like that. And then after that, you're going to be led to the HR for the interview. And during interviews, the first day you need to do, or actually the first thing you need to do is you're gonna walk on the company premises, like the HR, of course. Either the guard will be the one to hand you the form that you need to fill out. That's like the actually it's a form wherein you put your name on it, and then at the same time that form, you actually need to fill that out. You need to give your CV or your resume, right? And then you'll be welcomed by the receptionist or the guard or whatever. And then you need to give your resume to the person after filling out the application form. And then after that, to start off, you're going to be interviewed either by the receptionist or either the person from the HR department. And then, usually, you go through series of interviews. So the first one will be with the HR department, then the supervisor or manager, okay, and then you're gonna be given testings. You're gonna be handed tests that you need to actually um, you know do, and then usually practical testings can be English competency, IQ, interpersonal skills, customer care, technical support, sales, supervisory position, or maybe probably management positions, or if you're going to be a supervisor, if you're going to be manager, or what have you, okay? And then, so this will actually determine where you're fit on the account that you're in or you're going to be in, and then it will determine as well if the description, or if you're going to fit in to the work description that the company actually needs for either a TSR, a CSR. TSR is a customer service representative, and a TSR is a technical support representative. And then you also have management. Management will be like supervisory position, the floor support, SME, something like that. And then there are positions open for occupation for you to apply and be qualified. Okay. Right. Then on the nesting bay, actually, if you do if you do get on to the next level, so meaning you actually pass the exam, pass the interviews. Usually, the last interview would be with the managers or supervisors or the clients. Either it's gonna be an American account, Australian, New Zealand, British, or European accounts, Canadian, or what have you. So you need to pass all of those, but it's just gonna be easy. So actually, I do have a step-by-step process wherein you can learn even with the things that you need to do or what you need to say. Okay, so uh, after this, well, actually, I'm gonna be giving you stuff probably tomorrow. So yeah, but then well, the next one is, so once you pass the exam, once you pass the interviews and the testings, or what have you, you need to, or the HR department will be the one to advise you what you need to do. If you pass, then they're gonna give you the prerequisites or the stuff that you need to sign up, and you also gonna be given a piece of paper wherein you need to file or sign up or actually fill out like a company card, so at least your salary will be put to a I mean a debit card. Okay, usually it's video. If it's a local account, even if it's an international account, but then here in the Philippines, then it's either BDO, BPI, Metro Bank, or what's the other bank? East West Union Bank. Okay, then after that, the qualified trainees, if you pass, you need to give your legal documents, the documents such as birth certificate, NBI clearance, legal IDs like Social Security System ID or SSS, PhilHealth, GSIS, if you're a teacher. But then driver's license or whatever ID, whatever IDs or important documents that you can actually give the company so that they would know that you're legitimate or legit. Okay, then you also need to have or go through medical examinations, or you're going to be given a piece of paper where you need to fill that out, and then you're going to be advised to go to a clinic or a hospital for you to be able to do the medical examination. Either it's free or you're going to be the one to pay for it. Okay, so this is actually getting long, but I'm gonna be giving you advice next time. But then those are like the pointers you need to have or you need to learn. And then if you're gonna be on the floor, so usually if you're on the floor, you need to go through trainings, and the first thing that you need to do actually is, let's see, of course you will know who will train you, so you'll know the name of your trainer, and then of course on the training session you'll meet your trainer. There will be like a meet and greet session, and then you're gonna be with agents. Some of them are like veterans meaning they're like old agents or old call center people, they're already trained. So call center versions will be those who are really new, okay, like you if you're new. And then usually the first day will be orientation, and then the HR will be the one to help you out with all of the things that you need to send or give them, like your medical examination, like the results, or probably not results, just the paper wherein the clinic will be the one to give out if you're already done with the medical examination, and then the results of the exams probably. And then you need to give out your legal documents, the IDs, copy of the IDs, and the forms that you need to provide, like the SSS form, PhilHealth, pag-ibig, all of those. Yes, all of those stuff. Okay, and then so I'm gonna continue this. Well, actually, I'm gonna finish this now. At least you know what to do, okay? So it's 9 minutes, and we still have probably another 10 minutes or so, okay? So with this, if you're done with everything, then now you already know your trainer, and then who the people you're gonna be with in an account. So LOB is the account you're gonna be in, and that LOB means you need to either be with, if it's gonna be a telephone company or if it's an internet company, like here we have AT&T, but I think it's already phased out. But they do have Vodafone. They also have PLDT. Those are like local accounts. PLDT, Globe, and other companies. And then for international companies, we have that's it. AT&T, Vodafone. We have Acquire for Club Telco. We also have Virgin Australia. We have Jetstar. That would be for Asian, an Asian airline, the cheapest Asian airline. And then we also have Cebu Pac. That's like a local airline, Philippine Airlines, what have you. So there, with that, so once you already know your account, and the trainer will be the one to provide you the history of that account. Then you're gonna learn on your first week PST, or this would be like a production, like the introduction to the account that you're gonna be in. If it's gonna be a telephone company, internet, you're going to be a CSR, a TSR. So that will be the decision of the trainer or the company itself, or even the managers that would actually help you out after the nesting. Nesting will be the time we're in. The nesting will be the time we're in. You and your colleagues will be, will be in the floor or on the floor to take calls. Okay, so right. So after that, then if you're already in on the floor, so actually you're not gonna be on the floor yet, but with the trainings you also need to do FST. FST would be with language proficiency or English and your grammar. So you need to actually learn about grammar and everything, okay? So you need to learn about the twangs, the accents. If it's an American account, then it will be an American accent, or how you know and understand, or how you will learn or even understand how Americans talk, and how you will be able to answer them back. So you're going to be taught that as well. So usually companies have English Academy. English Academy is like a school wherein you're going to be taught English proficiently. That would be like 2 weeks. Some they have like 2, 3, or 4 weeks, like a month. Others they only have like 2 weeks. Okay, so prepare yourself. 2 weeks will be 2, 3, or a month will be very, very, it's still light, but it's more rigid because you really need to learn about, if it's going to be an American account, about the English language, about their culture. If it's an Australian account, then it will be the same thing. And then, of course, one more thing is on the production floor, you really need to know how come it's really important that you don't absent yourself. Actually, when I was younger, I don't upset myself, but sometimes sometimes things happen, then you need to do something about it. But then it says here that based on my research, actually based on, since I've been in the call center industry for like more than 15 years, okay, a cubicle where you will sit is actually 25,000 pesos, so meaning that's the amount. And then the headset that you use, actually I don't have a example here, but I have there. So anyways, the headset that you use is worth 3,500 to 7,000 pesos. So meaning it's really expensive, okay? So usually you're advised not to wear it out, tear it out, or break it, because if you break it, you buy it, okay? And then your worth as a call center agent, a TSR agent, is much more than the seat that you have. So the seat of every cubicle is worth 25,000 pesos. Just like a range or like a estimate, okay? And then for the 3,500, 7,000 pesos of the headset, you are worth more than all those. Probably 50 to 100,000. I'm not really certain whether it's 50 to 100,000, but I would say it's like less than 50,000 pesos. Okay, so that's why once an agent is absent, the other agents in the team would fill out whatever is going to be missing, or whatever the calls that one person is going to be making. Everybody needs to make it, because if not, then the company would lose money. So that's usually the case. So I would know because I've been in the agent position for many years, but then I became an SME, a floor support, a supervisor, then a manager, then a sales executive, and a lot of things. But it's just that it's really important for you to stay in the job, to be there all the time, and not really be late, because every minute counts. You're paid once the minute it starts on your shift. So for example, your shift is at 6 a.m. You need to be there like 5:30 or 5:45. It needs to be done like that, because once you are late, you are actually costing the company money, and then that would really lose a lot of money, even if it's like 5 minutes. Pretty lot. Then, if you ever get sick, then you need to go to a physician and you need to ask for a medical certificate so that you can give that to your supervisor or manager, or even the clinic, because they need to know whether your sickness is valid, and they need to call out the clinic or the hospital. Yeah, because that's really important. Okay, so of course we just need to be honest. If you really got sick, then that would be just fine, and then you can just advise them. If, for example, you're not able to, you were able, to go to a hospital, then you still need to have a medical certificate, and just, of course, tell the doctor that you got sick, something like that. You just need to pay for it though. But it's just that, of course, you need to be honest. If if you didn't go to the hospital, then yeah, just tell your supervisor or manager, and you can just work something out on that one. Then, if recurring illnesses like me, I have asthma, so I now do inhalers. Okay, so others have diabetes, heart ailments, thyroid ailments. Others have cancer or what have you. Because others also, even if they have cancer, they can still work in the call center industry. Even PWDs, or like person with disability, they can still work in a call center company. Okay, because we do have companies now that accept person with disability, and sometimes they're even more professional and more good than the normal people. Okay. Well, anyways, not all the time, but it's just that, yeah, some of them. So here, you just need to observe company rules and policies, follow systems production and workforce protocol. Workforce means these are people who would be the ones to do your schedule, like shifting. If it's a shifting schedule, then you need to do an AM shift. Then they're gonna be the ones to help you out with the shifts. So usually, if it's a shifting schedule, then if it's 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 5 a.m. to 1 p.m., or what have you. So it's really important that they would know whether you're gonna go to work or not, because they're gonna be the ones to fill in your spot. Because at one agent loss is a lot of money for the company, meaning the company would be losing a lot of money. Okay, and then here, follow your designated schedules and breaks. So meaning you need to be on time all the time, and you need to be early as much as possible. Don't be late. And as I've mentioned earlier, being late would really cost the company a lot. And then breaks. Well, usually you only have 15-minute break every before lunch, and 15-minute break after lunch, or in between like snack time. Yeah. And then here, always come to work on time. As I mentioned earlier, you need to be professional and be early as much as possible. And then be honest and enthusiastic. Always smile. So meaning, if you smile on the phone, even um, well, you just need to smile. You just need to be professional, even if you don't feel like it. You still need to do that because that's really your job. And actually, you need to remember that you need to smile all the time because if not, the person on the other line, you thought that, the person doesn't really know how you feel or doesn't really hear how you feel. Actually, they do. And it's more, the person on the other line is more sensitive to what you feel because they can only hear you. Okay? So you really need to smile and you really need to be courteous, be professional, and at the same time, you need to be, uh, what do you call this? You need to state what you want to say. So, meaning you need to be direct. Don't, don't beat around the bush. So, you need to be direct. So, whatever you're going to tell the person, but you need to empathize. Empathize means you need to, think what the other person would feel if you say this, or you need to be on their shoes so that you'll know what to do and you'll know how to feel for the person. Okay? And then lastly, the customer would sense your confidence online, as I mentioned earlier, so you need to smile, you need to be confident. Anyways, the person doesn't see you, but it's just that you still need to learn how to deal with a person, and you actually need to listen. Actually, I've had some issues regarding listening because I would say that my other ear has lost. I can hear, but it's just that since I've been working in the call center industry for like less than 15 years, I think my other ear is kind of low on hearing. But I think I managed to save it because I haven't worked in the call center industry for like 5 years. So probably with vitamins and all, so I was able to actually save it. But it's just that sometimes, sometimes I really can't hear that well. Yeah, but yeah, because of probably with the headsets and all. Yeah, but anyways, you learn how to deal with it when you're already there. Okay. And then, with this one, my parting, or actually, my advice to you, not really parting, but my advice to you is to keep your job, how to keep your job in this type of businesses. Number one, always keep an open mind. Number two, be friendly. Sorry, that's two. Be friendly. Each person is different from the other. Number three, be true to whatever you think, feel, do, or say. The customer can also feel your sincerity during the call and even your colleagues in the office. Number four, say good things to others and avoid gossip. Keep yours and other people's lives private. Their issue is none of your business anyway. Yes. And then, do good in everything you do and help those who need it. Little act of goodness can create a ripple of wondrous deeds. Yes. And then, number six, be positive, smart, and attentive. Meaning, attention to details is pretty important. Meaning, the little things like the title, like Mr., Miss, even the age, the address. You really need to be careful on writing addresses, especially because a different number, a different street, or if it's a drive, or if it's you know if the street is like this is the number, this is if it's a building, or if it's a room or something. You really need to be careful because you might put a wrong address, even just that little piece, even that little letter or number. So you really need to be careful. And then be angry if you need to, meaning if the person on the other line is angry with you, you can vent it out, like let the person vent, or let the person, take out all of their anger, even if you feel like you don't want to listen to it, but that's really your job. So you really need to be patient, and you really need to control yourself as well. Okay, then of course you need to, if you're really angry, and then you really need to pause, really need to pause for a while, and then you don't want to listen with the cursing and the angry client, then you need to advise your supervisor or manager to help you out. Okay, then put your trust in your supervisor's help, manager's help, SME or floor support's help, or as well as God, because you need to pray a lot as well. Because here, however the problem is, whatever the problem is, you can actually solve it. So you just need to have that faith in yourself and confidence that you're going to be able to deal, or that you're going to be able to, solve the issue, even if without your supervisor or manager's help. Okay, then always think of a better way to assist your customer and assure him that his concerns will be met and his issues will be resolved as soon as possible, so that the customer would feel that you really care, that you do empathize, that you do, you want to solve their issue. And if it's a recurrent call, like they've been calling a lot of times and then their issue hasn't been resolved yet, then you need to resolve it right away. Okay, and if you can't do it, then ask for supervisor or manager's help to help you out. Okay, then the last one that you need to do, and the best thing that you need to do if you're unable to resolve the issue, well, seek help from floor support, supervisors, and managers. And if the need arises, to avoid complaints and escalations mean you need to put the issue on the next level, like you need to give it to a supervisor or to a manager. Because if you can solve it, then please solve it, and then so that in the future it will not cause your company complaints or legal complaints, so that you're also going to be able to help your company out. Okay, so I will see you next time, and peace. I hope this will help you out. Thank you.